Okay, we're live here and on Facebook, YouTube, we're there. So hey Bill, how you doing? Can you hear me?
Great, great. How you doing?
I'm doing great, but I can't see you.
Yep.
All I can see is
Sorry.
there you go. Y'all ready?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I was just getting my stuff together. Thank you.
We're having a little trouble with your internet, so hopefully we're good to go. But Bill's in Southern California. It's gorgeous there today, and I'm in Southern Oregon, and it's actually beautiful here too, fire free for a few minutes. So, but we wanted to come and talk to everybody this weekend. Bill is teaching the next chapter in Secrets of the Masters. And so, for those who don't know what Secrets of the Masters are, Bill, would you share some of that with them?
So, yeah, thanks, Liz. Yes, the secrets of the masters are things that I have learned over the course of the intensive study over decades. And these are from encounters directly or indirectly with some just what can only be described as masters. And they are tips and tricks like, well, I'll take a list from the Secrets of the Masters Part 1. This is the one we already filmed. And so this is because it's been, but built a heart for years. During that seminar, poof, it's gone. You literally don't feel it anymore. You can't access it anymore. You just don't feel that way. We had, anyway, go ahead, Liz. Sorry.
Actually,
You
we
looked like you were
didn't
about to
hear
say
any
something.
of that, Bill. Your internet dropped out.
Okay, we'll try again.
Okay.
The Secrets of the Masters is tips and tricks that I've learned over the decades, and these things that are known to few people, but they can seriously impact your life and the lives of people around you. And I'm just going to review for you the ones that we've already have filmed and had a seminar on Part 1. This weekend is Part 2. But in Part 1, I reviewed how this area here can process the events of life. And I mean like something you've been stuck with forever, and then poof, it just goes away and you just don't feel that way anymore. Another one is how to make yourself hot or cold without taking your clothes on or off or adding or subtracting anything. Your teeth and gums, pain relief. So if you have issues or pain or discomfort in your teeth and gums, a way that without taking anything, without some astringent or whatever be the case, you can make it go away like that. So and it's not an impermanent thing, it's permanent. The ability to find things, if you've lost your phone or your keys, or this weekend me and my wife and daughter went to the mall, and my wife split off to go into a big department store, and she said, oh, I'll be up on the second floor. And I was like, we me and my daughter, we went up the escalade, and we said, okay, well, where's mommy? It's like, now we're gonna have to search out the whole thing. I said, hold on, watch, let me show you. And I did the technique to which I ended up saying to my daughter, I said, hey, okay, she's over here. And we went right there, and my daughter, who's very young, she was like, Daddy sensed you. He found you exactly where it was. So very practical applications for all of these things. We had a grief relief, which is tremendous for those suffering with grief. We had IBS pain, how to make it go away, how to get attention that maybe people putting too much attention on you, and you just remain by what's going on in the media and all the chaos and being unaffected by it. Techniques for that. Hangovers. So an ability to get over a hangover, like maybe 3-4 minutes. So anyway, these are not where you're taking anything or any drugs or anything. So these are just amazing techniques that really work. I had one teacher that came hungover and to me, and they were like, "Oh, it's so slow." And it's like, we went out last night. And I was like, okay. And we did the technique, and they were like, oh my gosh, the headache, the fuzziness, all the things were gone. They came back. So these secrets of the masters are things like that. And that's part one. They're standalone individually. The part two is coming up this weekend. I'm going to share with you a little technique at the end of this. But in part two, the list, and by the way, these are only a partial list, but I'm just going to tell you what's coming up in part two. And in part two, there is a body stimulated, an energetic part where you do this technique and it goes away. Your unhealthy eating habit goes away. Now, this one, we have so many examples of where people are just, I just no longer want all of those foods, or they're searching out healthy foods. Or, Liz, I taught you this technique, and you tell them about what happened to you after I taught the technique, and you said you're wanting a drink after work or those sorts of things.
Yeah. So, I mean, I'm Italian. We drink some wine, and I'm not a big drinker, but I do enjoy having a glass of something, cider or wine with dinner. One of the problems with that is there's a lot of calories in that. So, for us girls who are watching our figure, maybe that's not a great thing, but I always really look forward to having my glass of wine with dinner. So I did the technique with no expectations of any kind. I wasn't thinking about wine or anything else, but I noticed that night, I just didn't even think about it. It wasn't that I wanted it or didn't want it. It wasn't in my brain. And then, over the next week, it was one of those things that I didn't look forward to or not. It was very, very neutral. So it was a big help. So now I don't have to feel like I'm missing out on the wine if I don't have it. I just have it or I don't. Pretty cool.
All right. Well, so a couple other things that we're going to be teaching this weekend is like how to stop a baby from crying. Another one is that we'll be teaching is how to reprogram your child's thoughts and change it. Well, this technique is going to show you how to do it without struggle. You can actually help them to change their mind and feeling very naturally and without any struggle at all. Now, I did this technique. My daughter, she had what they call a thyroidal duct cyst. It's a huge bump. And she had it down here. And these things are not supposed to go away. They're like, once you got it, you got it. And the only thing to do about it is surgery. So the doctor had said, okay, they're going to schedule this surgery. And this is very invasive. They actually go up through here and remove it. The root of it goes all the way to the tongue, the base of the tongue. And my daughter was only maybe, 2 years old, 2.5, something ridiculous. And they want to do surgery on this thing. And I'm like, ho, no. She's very kind, and she doesn't really like to say anything that might be construed as negative towards anybody, or doesn't want to be a bad person. I mean, she's so kind. Anyway, so I did this technique that I'm talking about, and I helped her to change her mind about expressing herself, giving her permission to fully express herself and know that she's still a good person. Anyway, we did the technique, and the thyroidal duct cyst went away. The doctor was this like a year later, and the doctor is like, came in for the checkup, and the doctor is, see him feeling around, he just keeps feeling around. And he's like, that's not possible. It's not possible for this to go away. And anyway, the answer is, our body will express for us the emotions we can't process. And so a lot of the things that we express, our body does, are because we have something stuck. So I teach you how to do that. Now, other things that you're going to, in this weekend on Saturday, in the Secrets of the Masters Part 2, is comprehension, how to do instant healing your mind in a different way. And I'll tell you a story about this one. So I have a friend that, oh gosh, it seems like, I guess we're coming up on 40 years that I've known this friend. And so this friend had seen, healings in the past. He was sitting across at another table, and his back hurt, and he was, his lower back hurt. And I said, well, oh, your lower back hurts, huh? And I was just joking around. I had kind of known about, the principles of healing and how to do it in different ways. But I said there, oh, your back hurts. Okay, hold on. You're like a genie. And then he turns around. He was like, what did you do? So anyway, it went away, and it was quite instantaneous. What I'm going to teach you is to be able to do that. If you're coming this weekend, I recommend having some people that are in pain that have them available on Saturday, so you can make a phone call and do the technique, so that you can know that for yourself that you can actually do it. So this is one of the things in all the seminars that we do, but this technique is a little bit different, and it's a lot of fun. So there is another technique that we're going to show you. It is about how St. Francis did what he did. So everybody knows about St. Francis, and that, all the animals would come to him and that sort of thing, land on his shoulder. And, he had complete, all the animals out there had this bonding and wanted to be around him. I'm going to show you how that works. And how to detect the truth. This is a big deal. Breaking down estrangements. So if you have an estrangement in your family or something like that, how to break that down. And this technique, I have the most amazing stories of the families being healed with this technique. Let's see. Oh, here's a beautiful one. So I can't tell, I could go on and on. There was a bunch of techniques, right? But I'll just tell this one here. This one that you're going to learn this weekend, if you just learn this one thing, it would be so worth it. So the ability to help somebody to bring back a feeling. So you say you have some numbness in your face, or because you went to the dentist or something like that, or something's not quite working right. The ability to get it working again, which seems impossible, right? Well, this technique, actually, I don't know if Leah's around. Is Leah around?
She's not at the moment. She walked out of the room. Uh,
Okay. All right. So anyway, I was looking for, I'm going to just tell a story about Leah. So she, uh, um, Liz's daughter's named Leah. And so I was with all of them in Oregon. And Leah was there at the table and was like, I can't feel my face anymore since went to the damn dentist, and the dentist jacked me up with the Novocaine. Anyway, so I said, oh, okay, you can't feel it, and so I did this technique, and it brought all the feeling back. And to this day, I mean, she has her feeling, right?
she does. Yeah.
Okay, good.
Came back.
Yeah. So this technique you'll learn again if you have somebody that that has different parts of their body that is not quite working right, and that sort of thing. That portion will set you up where the timing where you can call them in, and we'll show you how to do the technique and help them to have a better life.
Bill, I have to say that with that technique alone is worth the cost of admission. We use this in private session with our clients, right? In addition to Cognomovement, it's one of those things where you can move sensation in the body so quickly that a lot of times we'll add it in, and it is life changing. So that one technique alone, if people have it in their arsenal of quick healing techniques, is so worth the time and the money for this weekend. So I just want to say our audio has not been fantastic on this episode. So we're going to do this again tomorrow and let everybody hear some more of these things. Over the week, we're going to be sharing some more of the techniques. But for now, you were going to share with people a way to alleviate a physical issue right now, like quickly. You ready to do that?
Yeah. Yeah. So this technique, now, if you've got a headache or a knee ache or a hip ache or something physical, right, that you're faced with, this technique is very, very powerful. So here's what you do is you're going to simply close your eyes, and you're going to imagine whatever that ache or pain is as a color. Say it's in your knee, or you got a headache or something else. Imagine it as a color. Imagine it, how big it is. Imagine what shape it is. Imagine it as a physical object and what the sheen of it is. Is it high gloss? Is it dull? Imagine how much it weighs. Now, this is a very important part of this technique. How much does this weigh physically as an object? And now you're going to imagine that you're removing it from that part of your body, and go and drop it in the ocean. And now what you're going to do is you're going to do it again. Now, by the way, we should have put this on a scale of 1 to 10 before we started. So maybe go back and see how bad it was. Put it on a scale of 1 to 10. Now go back in again. What color is it now? What shape is it now? What kind of sheen does it have? now. What is the three-dimensional object's size now? And how much does it weigh? How much does it weigh? Now, keeping this very firmly, the size, the weight, the shape, you have to imagine it very clearly, and now remove it. Remove it out of your body and go dump it in the Pacific Ocean. Again, come back. Come back to the area. What color is it? What size is it now? What shape is it now? What kind of sheen does it have? Look at it as a three-dimensional object. Imagine what is the weight of this now? What kind of weight is it? Meaning you're taking this again out of your body and putting it into the ocean. Okay, now we've only done a couple rounds of that. There's only been a couple rounds, but notice, what was it when we started and what is it now? Now, just you continue to do this step by step by step, color, weight, size, sheen, pull it out, and throw it in the ocean. And do this until it goes all the way to a 0. Now that's the technique. This one works really well. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Another freebie. There are other videos that I've done as just to, on the Secrets of the Masters that are on Facebook. And there's some freebies there for you. If you go in there, you'll get there's 3 other freebies of Secrets of the Masters that are just super, that you can learn and start using. So anyway, and if you're interested in part 1 and taking that before you take part 2, or anytime, part 2 again is this Saturday, just let us know and we can get you set up on that. The link, I think, for part 2 this weekend is on the Cognomovement events. If you go to cognomovement.com and the event.
Yeah, so our website's right here on each of our screens, cognomovement.com, and just go to the events, and Secrets of the Masters Part 2 is right there, and you can sign up. And originally, Part 1 was going to be the prerequisite, and we figured out that, a lot of people weren't there for that one, but want to be here for this one. So Bill reworked it so that they're not, they don't have to be stair-stepped. You really want the first one because there's some great core information there. But part 2, you can come and learn. Each of the secrets is really standalone in a lot of ways. The ideas behind how they work and how they change your consciousness are some things that you do learn in part 1. But each of these skills, and they really are a skill, right, Bill? They're a secret only because people don't widely know about them. But every person can do them. That's the most exciting thing. You're not coming to learn things that are unattainable. You're coming to learn basic life hacks that work instantly, work right now, and work again and again. They're very repeatable. So Secrets of the Masters Part 2 is happening on Saturday, the 17th this month, October 2020 if you're seeing this in the future. And they're about every month. We'll have another Secrets of the Masters as well. And they'll continue to grow in what's available there. So thanks so much for joining us, Bill. And again, guys, sorry for the audio on this one. We will be posting again tomorrow with another secret. So look for us, join us there. And we'll talk to you really soon, Bill, okay? I think he's frozen. If you can just see me. Oh, you got it, Bill? You're back?
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Thanks for that. We'll talk to everybody soon. See you on Saturday. Bye.